Welcome to A Current Affair. If you haven't noticed, childhood obesity is increasing significantly. Now, 1 in 4 Australian children are overweight or obese. That is 25% of the children population. Child obesity is defined as a BMI at or above the 95th percentile for children and teens of the same age and sex. For children these days, it is easy just to grab a packet of chips from the cupboard after school or get some McDonald's for dinner on the way home. It's affordable, a no-mess meal, and quick to make. But why do parents let their children eat these high-calorie foods?
Consuming high-calorie foods on a regular basis increases the risk of many health issues. Doctors and scientists are concerned with obese children as they have a higher risk of getting heart disease, type 2 diabetes, asthma, sleep apnea, and social discrimination. Obese children and teens have been found to have risk factors for cardiovascular disease, which includes high cholesterol levels, high blood pressure, and abnormal glucose tolerance. In a sample of 5 to 17-year-olds, almost 60% of overweight children had at least one cardiovascular disease risk factor, and 25% of overweight children had 2 or more. A non-active girl or boy aged 4 to 8 only needs 1,200 to 1,400 calories per day. It is hard to believe, but a standard cheeseburger has 300 calories in it. That is 1/4 of a child's daily calories gone. If you include their small fries and a small Sprite, which are included in their Happy Meal, that is a total of 670 calories in a single meal. Next time your child wants Macca's for dinner, say no, because chances are a small meal will increase their calories to over their daily amount, and that is one single meal in a child's day. A child's diet influences their weight, so it's time for parents to start choosing wisely about what their children should be eating. A leading cause of child obesity is food that parents buy for their children, since children don't have the education to decide on what is nutritious and what isn't. I believe that parents know what is healthy and what isn't. They just know what their children eat and don't want them to go hungry or to not have enough food. Parents want to see their children smile, so why not give them a cupcake instead of a carrot? Dina Rose is a sociologist, parent educator, and feeding expert, empowering parents to raise kids who eat right. Parents want to see their children smile, so why not give them a cupcake instead of a carrot? Dina Rose is a sociologist, parent educator, and feeding expert, empowering parents to raise kids who eat right.
Parents don't want their children to be hungry.
We're always growing up on eating junk. Friends, family, anything. Nobody really taught us how to eat healthy. Both of my parents worked, so they were always gone before we go to school and always still gone when we come home from school, so we kind of have to fend for ourselves, and the only thing that was really in there was just the quick microwave food. So this is kind of something that I got to learn new on my own. Okay, let's see, we need some celery and a red bell pepper. The cost of food is very expensive for me because I'm like on a fixed income.
Families that have low-income parents often have difficulty locating the money to buy healthy food, as unhealthy food is inexpensive and quick to get after a long day of work. Healthy food is often more expensive, whereas refined grains, added sugars, and fats are generally inexpensive and readily available. 1 in 7 low-income preschool-aged children are obese. Diana Musina is an Associate Director of Economics at the Commonwealth Bank and holds a Bachelor of Economics from the University of New South Wales.
Consumers are increasingly choosing the more convenient and casual dining experience. The Signals data shows the average spend per month on fast food has increased by 23% from 2009 to 2013. The average Aussie spends $70 a week on eating out across the nation, equating to a total of $60 billion a year. The average Australian spends $139 on grocery shopping a week, with the average per person spending $56. It does imply that eating out plays a large part in the weekly dining experience. According to Signal, 72% of Australians consider the price of basic foodstuff like milk to have increased.
Parents need to reconsider what they feed their children on a regular basis. Children are being given money to eat from the tuck shop, or students are spending their own money. They're due to not having healthy food made for their lunch boxes. Therefore, parents need to start taking control of what their children eat, even at school. Parents are giving their children an option to what they buy from the canteen, which means parents won't know what their children are buying. Often, the amount of family members can be the reason why parents give their children tuck shop. The amount of family members impacts the family's diet in a significant way. A single parent with 4 children would struggle more with feeding their children healthy meals, due to only having one income, and also trying to juggle sports as well as work. A dual income family of 4 children will be easier to eat healthy foods, as the parents can share the workload. If the number of children were decreased or increased, there would be significant changes in the results. A new study by the Australian Institute of Health and Welfare found that children raised by a single parent is the biggest risk factor for obesity, and experts are blaming it on low incomes, inability to pay for participation in organised sport, and the unaffordability of healthy food.
How many members are in your family and what are their ages?
6, 40, 34, 14, 12, 9 and 6 months.
How many times a fortnight does your family eat out, including takeaway?
Twice,
And why do you eat out that amount?
convenience sake.
How many members are in your family and what are their ages?
3, 39, 16 and 14.
How many times a fortnight does your family eat out, including takeaway?
Twice,
And why do you eat out that amount?
because we're getting home late from sports.
Family structure impacts the income of the family and therefore also impacts on the family diet choices. The larger the amount of people in the family, the harder it is to eat healthy, especially if the parent or guardian is single and only gaining one income. The children of today's society have no hope in avoiding obesity unless something changes.
How do you think childhood obesity can be improved?
With less fast food joints being allowed to be approved in cities with lots of children.
How do you think childhood obesity could be improved?
Children are getting fat because they're eating too much chocolate cake.
Students in Australia attend school for 200 days a year. That is 200 days where the education system can teach children about what is healthy and what isn't, and how eating junk food can affect your health. Therefore, children might be more influenced at home to eat healthy food their parents give to them. The Victoria State Government actively promotes healthy eating and physical activity. In Victoria, a whole school approach is implemented to help education through a healthy canteen kit. A kit developed to support students making healthy food choices at school and in life. The Health Canteen Kit can be spread to all states nationwide and allow student canteens to be a healthy environment for all students, therefore being influenced by healthy foods and eat better at home. By doing this, it helps children develop personal skills to choose what to eat and make their own decisions with healthy foods. You can also educate parents at parent information evening nights about age-appropriate diets for their children. But Dr. Louise Hardy says good parenting and healthy eating are becoming confused with each other.
For example, parents think giving their child fruit juice is actually healthy.
Therefore, schools should be taking on board the education for parents as well, not just their child. Clearly, fruit juice is packed with sugar, but parents see fruit and think it healthy. For a student to participate to the best of their ability, they need to have the daily recommended amount of exercise, being an hour a day, and also having the correct foods implemented in their diet at home and lunchbox. This develops personal skills for both parents and children, as well as strengthening community actions and building a supportive environment for parents to learn together in a safe environment.
Child obesity still remains to be an issue. After all these years of research from doctors and scientists, parents are still not realising that it is their responsibility to ensure their child gets the most nutritious foods in their diet. In 2007-2008, around 600,000 children aged 5 to 17 were overweight or obese. Family income and structure remain a main part of family influence on their child's eating habits. Imagine a world where there are healthy children eating fruit kebabs and salads for lunch, instead of constantly eating packets of chips. A world where children will be clean and have more energy to perform to the best of their ability. But at this stage, that is a long way away. Change the future now.